Defeat at Hull, drawn to Bayern Munich in the Champions League, drawn to Brighton in the Carabao Cup. Farhan, is Man United's season over already?
You asked me a question last week. Why are we not winning the league? And you can see evidently why we're not winning the league. Now, I think don't panic. Season's not over, but it's just let's reel back expectations and let's see how the next couple of games unfold.
That was not the answer I was looking for. Haroon, is the season over already?
Hell no. One game, one setback. The league charge starts next week.
See, Haroon, you know, I got a bone to pick with you, bro. Because man will come on YouTube, stick up for United, and then in a WhatsApp group, man's giving all the info to the enemy. Bro will tell all the Arsenal fans how the season's over, how Bruno Fernandes is the worst player in the league, how United are finished. And then on YouTube, guy comes on it and chats the most crud about backing United.
Allow it, bro.
Rooney?
Watch all the videos, all the clips. I chat shit about Bruno on the pod as well. And I'm always open and honest about United. But I told you, bro, this is my delusion season. This is my Adnan season, bro.
All right, but you, man, obviously, let's start off the pod with a bang. You, man, have got to apologise, innit? You got blood on your hands, both of you. Bruno Fernandes, PFA Player of the Year. Who wants to apologise first? Because it certainly ain't me.
That's a last season's conversation. For this season, the jury is out, brother. I didn't see, again, that's my guy, but I didn't see no assist come home, so no apology from me.
There you go, guys. Thank you for joining us. Might as well end the pod there. These men are too negative for me. Anyway, I'm joking. This is the United After Hours podcast. We're here every Thursday at 10 p.m. Hopefully, we'll be live every Thursday at 10 p.m. from now. Me, Adnan, the failed wonder kid, Haroon, and also Fabulous, aka Fabbo, aka Loso, Farhan, joining you every Thursday at 10 p.m. live. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you get your thoughts in the live chat and in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Mondays, the Big Six Breakdown live at 10 p.m. Thursdays, United After Hours podcast live at 10 p.m. as well. We're also on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitch, X, TikTok, whatever else I'm missing, Instagram. It's all out there at btlpods. Boys, let's get into it. It's been a bit of a rough one. I've been taking hits from all over the place. Hella shots have been fired my way. I've been trying to do my best to stick up for the team, but we got humiliated by Hull. Farhan, you want to go first? How are you feeling? If you calm down a bit, because I know Haroon is fuming on the day. Farhan, how are you feeling now?
I'm going to be honest with you. I was absolutely fuming, bro. Hull, like the side that's come up, the side that everyone pitted to finish last 20th, we lost to them. I was watching the first half. I was actually in Manchester, obviously not for the game because we were away, but I was around the family. That's where I got my United blood from. And everyone was just fuming. So I've taken a couple of days, taken a breather, and like you said, game by game, but like it was just unacceptable. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I tried my best to defend us. I made a lot of excuses. You might have seen it in social media platforms. The saxophones kept getting louder for me. United had me comparing the whole to Ipswich and to Sunderland, comparing promoted teams and listing the names of signings that they've made. I said that Hull made 9 signings, United only made 2, 3. One of them was an academy player, Tynan Thompson. So yeah, man, I tried my best. Haroon, obviously you went the other way. You were sticking the knife into United even further. Bro, how you feeling now?
Obviously, yeah, the dust has settled. It's one game, innit? We got to move on from it. But what I saw was just, it was unacceptable, bro. We were so bad. Like, I think in literally every aspect of the game, we were poor. Not a single standout performance. Nothing good from that game came at all. So, yeah, I was very, very upset. Especially because I think, obviously, it's only preseason, but the first couple preseason games, we actually looked like we were playing some decent football. The team looked a bit more cohesive. And then in that game, everything went out the window. There was no fight. There was no desire to go and get a goal. So, yeah, it was very disappointing.
Yep, we're going to get into it. We'll get into the whole game today. We'll also get into the Baleba news because there's been a transfer confirmed since the whole game, which seems to happen every time United have an opening game of the season defeat. We go and splash out immediately. Can't be a coincidence at this point. We'll also talk about the Champions League draw. We're back in the Champions League. I'm an Old Trafford season ticket holder. I cannot wait to get there this season again. So we'll get into that as well. Bruno also got the PFA Player Award, as we mentioned. And we'll also discuss the whole the United versus Ipswich game coming at Old Trafford this Sunday, where I will be as well. Haroon and Farhan, are you going to be there this Sunday or no?
Nah,
Okay,
won't
neither
be.
of you will be there. So I'll be representing the boys on Sunday at Old Trafford. Make sure you follow the social media platforms where I'll be going live before the game, and also there'll be a vlog after the game on the YouTube channel. So hopefully that's a win, but we'll get into that very shortly. Just bringing it back to the whole game, boys. Haroon, you mentioned about the preseason game, and I know you watched the live on Monday where I got into about the United game as well. Had to defend myself a lot, to be honest, but you mentioned about the preseason game and how we were playing. Don't you think it's weird how we were playing so well, and then all the guys that came back from the World Cup came into the team against AC Milan, and we put in our worst performance of the preseason? We then went into the whole game with that same starting lineup, basically. Isn't it weird how Carrick put in the guys that weren't actually match fit, and then that kind of showed? These guys looked like they were on preseason vibes still. It looked like they didn't want to get injured. They didn't want to fight for the ball hard enough. They didn't want to win their duels. Almost like I said, they didn't want to get injured. Why do you think Carrick went for the bigger names, maybe the guys that had come from the World Cup, and stuck them straight into the team? And was that the downfall of us losing, basically?
I think it was. I said it in the chat as well. I think after 40 minutes, I said Carrick got the team selection very wrong.
Yeah.
I think he probably just saw the big names and thought, yeah, these guys can win you a game. Let me stick them in. But we saw clearly, like you said, against AC Milan, none of them were ready. The team was kind of flowing before they came back as well, like you said. So I think I personally would have stuck with. I think a lot of people, to be honest, when the team came out, were a bit confused. I would have stuck with the players who had 3 or 4 90s under their belt. I would have played Lacey. I would have played Mbeumo up front, for example. I think it was definitely our downfall, bro. Because Tielemans, like, bro, he looked so slow. Bruno struggled to get into the game and just started hoofing the ball. Cunha, bro, I forgot he was playing 90% of the time. So I think he should have just stuck with, like, you don't like Xerxes, but I would have played Xerxes that game. I would have played Lacey. I would have played Mbeumo up top, like I said. So yeah, man, I think Carrick got it completely wrong.
What did you think about the lineup, Farhan? Do you agree with us as well?
Do you know what it is? I think Carrick did get it wrong as well. But saying that, if you, let's just say, got the lineup that Haroon just said, and we lost 2-0, what would we all be saying? Your big players are here. Put them on the pitch. So it's really a lose-lose. But to be fair, I just don't think that the lineup matters at all. I think opening game against Hull, first game of the season, everyone's charged up. Go get the 3 points, no matter what it takes. I think it's not an excuse, really. These guys are professional players. They've just been to the World Cup, fine. But again, like, you have to get that W, have to get the 3 points opening game of the season, and we just didn't do it. Again, Haroon mentioned Tielemans and Bruno, but I think even Santos, man, wasn't good enough. I'll give these guys a bit of time, obviously. Don't want to dig in too hard. But I think, I don't want to jump the gun here as well, but I think that's where Baleba will come in, hopefully, in the next few weeks, and we'll see our midfield get revived.
You know what? I actually thought Santos wasn't that bad, Is it just me, Haroon?
I didn't think he was
right.
as bad as the other two. I think on the ball, he was poor. I know we talk about how his line breaking stats are very high, but I think he was a bit too eager to get rid of the ball, and it cost us. Like, he was putting people into bad situations and giving it away. But I think defensively he was solid. I'm pretty sure he won most of his duels. So yeah, I agree. I don't think he was horrible, but he wasn't good either. He was just okay.
Yeah, I hate to mention it because I don't want to put any negative spin on any of our new signings, especially because, look, you guys know on the channel, any new signing, I gas them up a lot. But Tielemans wasn't great. Any rival fans watching this, I don't mean that, by the way. But yeah, Tielemans wasn't great. He was a bit slow. There was even a time when the centre-back won the challenge before him, even though Tielemans was closer to the ball than him. But yeah, I thought the lineup was a bit strange, and it kind of reflects on the AC Milan performance as well. We kind of basically got the same performance, just against a different side. If anything, Hull didn't really threaten us in attack. Only they scored 2 set-piece goals. I think they had 3 shots on target. Lemens, bro, shout out Lemens, by the way. I know we lost 2-0 to a Championships team, but newly promoted team, sorry. But I thought he was our best player on the pitch, even though we conceded 2. That save for the second one, by the way, I know it went in after because it come off the post. That was absolutely nuts. If someone had actually been defending and doing their job and cleared it, we'll probably be talking about that as one of the saves of the season already.
Yeah, If Maguire wasn't grabbing up Mazraoui, maybe one of them could have got to the ball.
Bro, what was he doing, bro? Why is this a repetitive thing? I don't understand.
Bro, we've been telling you. Me and Farhan both told you last week. I've told you 2-3 weeks ago, bro. Maguire is whack, man. He's just not the guy, bro.
He's
Do you
not
know?
whack, bro, but he's
He's
awareness.
meaty,
Do you know what is though? One thing that's pissing me off a bit. I don't know if you guys have heard the links that we're looking for a left back that can play centre back.
Yeah,
Now,
bro.
what's going on there? We need a specialist left back and get a flipping centre back as well. Like, get both. Like, this isn't good enough now where, you know, you can get a centre mid playing left back and all this nonsense. Nah, man, brush all that. The left back that plays left back and get me a centre back as well. We've just seen through the whole game why we need those things. So, Ineos better pull up their sleeves because it's about to get dark if we don't get some signings in, man.
Yeah, I think the problem is last season was clearly a refresh of the forward line. This season was clearly a refresh of the midfield line, midfielders. It looks like, I don't know. I know I've heard that Athletic, like Laurie Whitwell, has come out and said that we are looking at a left back. I feel like the striker links have gone pretty much dead. I think there's been talk about potentially getting a striker in if Xerxes leaves. He's been linked with Fiorentina today, I think. 5 million loan option, 5 million fee, loan fee. And then is it obligation to buy at the end?
I think it's option.
Is it option to buy? Yeah. Well,
the wording was a bit funny.
Season.
Yeah.
The wording was a bit funny. Yeah.
Basically, Xerxes coming back next season, bro. No one's signing this guy. Let's be real.
They're gonna grab him 100 mil.
Well, I mean, if someone's grabbed Hoyland, then someone will grab Xerxes, man.
Bro, Hoyland's 10 times the player that Xerxes is, bro.
Bro, you are Xerxes, bro. Why are you cussing yourself? Don't worry, bro. He'll get bought.
Nah, man. But yeah, I feel like it looks like to me that we're probably just going to be settled on the midfield and not even try get any backup options for, or even a starting option to replace Luke Shaw, because if we're talking about the whole game, at least the guy clearly wasn't up to standard, didn't have the mobility to run up and down the pitch. But we spoke about this before last week anyway. We all said this. I've even said on other shows on the channel that he's not up to standard. Did you see how he actually overlapped one point, and it was no coincidence that it was Rashford that was on the wing and he actually overlapped? What do you think that's about? Where does he get this renewed sense of energy when Rashford's on, but the rest of the time he can't go up and down?
Do you know what it is? I think that, you know what, as much as what I think about Dogu isn't great, I just think in that particular game, he didn't do much. And I don't think he gives Shaw the confidence that Shaw's going to overlap, Dogu's going to find the pass, whereas he's built that connection with Rashford over the years, whether it's, you know, with England in the previous years or whether it's United. So I think they have a bit more chemistry in that sense where you know what Rashford's going to do. You know he might find the pass. And even if he doesn't find the pass, Shaw's going to be the man that takes another man out of the game. So I think that chemistry is just built from the years of playing together, to be honest with you.
True, because Rashford did actually find him immediately on the overlap and then Shaw putting across. So makes complete sense. And they must be mates as well because they've been at the club for so long. Should we talk about who was the best players on the pitch for you in terms of a United perspective? I've said Lamens is my first choice. There's not really many candidates other than that, is there? You're not going to like who I think was second, by the way.
Who? Rashford?
I genuinely think it was Maguire, you know.
Bro, I've seen people saying this, bruv, like, oh, Maguire was your best attacker. Bro, he did nothing. People are saying he's our best attacker because he got on the edge of the box.
He didn't do much, but he took it forward with a bit of intent.
Yeah, and he held our own player back and let them score a goal, bruv. Maguire was not even top 11 players on the pitch for us.
Who would you say was second then? Rashford?
Genuinely, Rashford off the bench would look like our best player, bro.
Yeah,
and you know what my views on Rashford. Yeah. Like, I genuinely think he came on and did more than anyone else did, and he didn't do much.
Yeah, you know what? He actually looks like a bit of a threat for us, you know. And yeah. I stuck up for Dorgu in the last one, but he was poor and rightfully got hooked at half time. Rashford actually genuinely looked a bit fresh. I'm not going to say that I'm delighted that he's back yet, but they look like there's a player still in there, right? Like a couple twists and turns, couple crosses in there, set up Sesko with one decent opportunity.
What I'm worried about in particular is that what I saw there was the Barca Rashford. Now, when a signing comes into United, and regardless of if Rashford's been here before or not, they tend to do well for the first few weeks, and something happens. Well, I don't know what's going on in training, but the spot that they have, they lose it completely. And the only guys that I've seen attackers-wise that hasn't had that, Cunha and Mbeumo did do well last season, but I always see that something happens with the guys that we have up front. They just lose that spark. So we've got that Barca spark come back to United, and he's still got it there. But hopefully he can keep that up because, yeah, again, I'm not the biggest Rashford fan in terms of him coming back. But if he can do a job, then, bro, I'll be more than happy to keep him.
You know what? You make a good point there about something happening to our forward line and losing their spark. Because now that I think about it, even if I go back to like Lukaku lost his spark, even though he started off well. Højlund lost his spark, even though he started off well. Weghorst started off well, lost his spark. Haroon's not gonna want to hear that one.
Weghorst didn't start, didn't end, middle, nothing. It was well, bro. I said started off well, like he didn't score.
But yeah, even you could argue Mbeumo sort of lost his spark at one point last season, although I do think he picked it up towards the end of the season. So yeah, you make an interesting point. What do we think about Carrick? So we blamed him for the starting lineup. I do give him a bit of praise for having the balls to bring on Rashford at halftime, because I think there could have been a lot of noise about, oh, how can you bring Rashford straight away into the line? If he started, for example, a lot of fans would have said, you can't do that. Sends a bad message to the club and the fans. Kind of sends a bad message to your current squad of players after he was shipped out for disciplinary reasons and attitude reasons, probably, and obviously money reasons, wages, etc. But to bring him into the starting lineup, I think would have questioned how strong he is. But I think you got to give him a bit of credit for having the courage to bring him on at halftime after noticing Dorgu's performance. But I feel a bit frustrated because, especially after Hull will go up and even 2 goals up, that they're going to sit in a low block, and we really struggle to break that down. I feel like we did sort of improve on that when he came into it last season, but there was no really patterns of play on the pitch. The only thing I saw United players trying to do on a consistent basis was getting the ball 10 yards away from the box, not even that far out wide, but trying to lump it into the box where we haven't got the tallest players on the pitch yet. Like Sesko wasn't even on yet. And even when he came on, he looked a bit slow, but I know he hasn't had a pre-season properly yet. Did that concern you that there was no answers to Hull's low block or mid block or whatever you want to call it?
I think it's just our squad, bro, and the profiles we have in our squad. I feel like we keep coming back to it, but it's the fullbacks. Our fullbacks not just hold us back in terms of they're not specialist fullbacks getting up and down. I think they limit our wingers so much. Like, we all know Mbeumo and Cunha's best football is when they can come inside. But when you don't have a fullback overlapping, you're so limited in what you can do, especially when it comes to breaking down low blocks. You need someone who can overlap so Mbeumo can cut in, maybe put a ball in the box and whatnot. But I feel like everyone we play on the left is just stuck to the touchline because there's no one else doing it. So I think that's obviously a major concern in it, trying to break down low blocks, and it's why we need a left back. But then even centrally, we signed Tielemans for that purpose. He couldn't do anything. I think we got him behind maybe once with Cunha putting Mbeumo through, but other than that, we couldn't do anything. So I think it's a mixture of the players were poor, and we just don't have the players in our squad overall to do it consistently.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, again, we signed Tielemans for the reason that he should be able to break lines, and with a combination of Bruno, Cunha, Tielemans, you're thinking on paper you should be able to break down a low block, but we just couldn't do it again. I don't know what it is with us and low blocks. We just can't break them down. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I know 1-0 up, then we can get back in the game. 2-0 up, we're basically dead. Like, I'll be honest with you, I know it from there. Like, at half-time, I was so tempted to just turn the game off. But again, you got to watch the team. You got to see it through to see if there's any comeback. But I just know that's the case. One thing I did want to mention to you guys is that Mbeumo has started most of pre-season up front. Carrick then changed that. Why? It was working. That's how we were getting the goals. Why has that changed? Like, that's what really frustrated me. I think one thing that I can praise about Carrick, giving him a bit of stick in the last episode, is that he's really good at putting players in their preferred positions where they can go crazy. And I think putting Mbeumo back on the right, I just don't know why he done it after he was doing so well up front for the whole preseason. What do you guys think?
No, I think you're spot on about that. I mentioned it on Monday's live as well. And Mbeumo was doing so well, like you said, in pre-season in the forward line centrally. He got into such good positions every game he was playing. And did you see the one time we actually got through against Hull behind the defenders was when Mbeumo was in the middle and Cunha slotted it through to him, as Haroon just said. So I thought that was a really strange decision. But at the same time, Mbeumo, is by trade a right winger, so he should have done better on the right as well, no? So, but I do blame Carrick for that, but also Mbeumo has got to start doing better on the right-hand side, I think.
I agree, but it goes back to what I said, bro. When you have Ahmed on the right, you know he can take the ball down the line, he can beat a man. That's not in Mbeumo's game, bro. He's an inside forward, and when you don't have a right back who can overlap, you can't platform him correctly. I said it before as well. I think he should have started up front. I think because of Ahmad's injury, that's probably why he didn't start up front. But bro, Lacey played the whole of preseason. He looked good when he played central and when he played on the right. He was looking good. So honestly, I would have started him.
We've got a live chat. I'm not even going to read it out because my bro, you're in the wrong place for that. But talk to me in private. We might have a discussion to have. No, I'm joking. Yeah, so regarding the whole game, but shout out Hull, by the way, a couple decent signings in there. I want to shout out all the Rayo Vallecano players that get signed by any team this summer in the rest of Europe, because they made a Conference League final last year. I watched the semi-final and then I watched the final as well, the Conference League. They lost, but some really key players in there, like Nobel Mendy, who signed for Hull and scored against us. Shivari at left back just signed for Chelsea. They've got a couple other ballers in there. Iso, I think, centre attacking mid. De Frutos up front is a baller as well. Garcia on the left. So yeah, I wasn't surprised by Mendy scoring against us. That's all my FIFA knowledge you're going to get today. Should we move it away from Hull?
I can't wait.
And you know what? Just quickly, I want to mention, by the way, in the last episode, I asked you guys how you're feeling. And I actually said to you, I was a bit nervous because newly promoted team away from home. You guys kind of laughed it out of the way, but I had a bad feeling about it and I was right. I know I predicted a 4-0 win in the end, but yeah, man.
It was one of those moments where you were negative and we were positive and it didn't work out.
Yeah, but you know what it is, bro. Newly promoted team away from home. It's going to be a difficult game. First game of the season. You're playing Man United as well. You're going to want to get over Man United. And on the day, our players just weren't up for it enough, unfortunately. Did you see Carrick was quite spiky in the press conference when they asked him? They said there was no passion or not enough passion from the United players, and he kind of put his back up to it and said passion is a wrong word, and he was saying it's wrong. But was the media, the reporter, right about that? Because passion, I think, was lacking on the day. Like, whether it's passion, determination to win the ball back, drive, commitment, that was certainly lacking there from the team, no?
Yeah, I think it was lacking. But again, I think it was a mixture of it was lacking and we had too many players on the pitch who lacked match fitness. So I think it was kind of a mixture of both. But yeah, I feel like we've had the issue for a very long time with just the lack of drive and hunger to win second balls. Like, we're so bad at it. So yeah, I think the report was right.
Yeah. Farhan, did you want to add anything to that?
I was just going to say, Adnan, I know that you won't want to hear this, but the only time for the past few years that I've seen us running is under Amorim. Like, that guy, whatever you say about his tactics, he got us running, yeah?
No.
I'm not having, I'll be honest with you. Yeah, we lost to Milan. Those guys are running. Amorim's gone. Carrick's come back. We're not running no more.
Farhan, do you agree with that, by the way? Because I don't remember us running that much under Amorim either, to be honest.
No, I actually agree, bro. I can't lie. I think physically we haven't looked better. Genuinely, physically we haven't looked better than under Amorim. Well, everything else was shit. Like, bun that guy, he should be arrested immediately. But physically, he knew the demands of the league, and he tried to get us up to scratch in that aspect. So, I agree, man. I feel like we were fighting a lot more under him.
I don't know, but if that's the case, then we would have won a lot more games, surely, because...
Do you know what it is?
Shit, bro.
It's like Arun said, everything else was shit, which I won't deny, because I have no allegiance to my man. But we were running. Like, that's one thing that you can't deny.
All right, can we make an agreement right now in front of everyone? We will never mention that guy's name again. Is that okay?
Happy to never speak about him again, bro.
Farhan silent, bro.
All I'm saying is if AC Milan win a Serie A whilst Amorim's in charge, I'm not gonna shut up about my man. But for now, yeah, cool, whatever.
Farhan, man, I need to know your Twitter username, bro. I know you've been saying mad stuff about Amorim and that, man. Oh my god, let's move it on. The whole game's over. Just quickly, I want to mention. I wasn't even thinking to mention this, but we got Brighton in the cups again. I'm not looking forward to that, you know.
Is what it is, bro. I feel like we all knew it was gonna happen. City are gonna get a League 5 team. We're gonna get a good team from the Prem. Standard procedure, bro.
Who did City
Do you-
get?
Norwich or something, bro.
Wow.
I'm actually excited. Could be a first start for Baleba. You never know. Against his old club, he might want to prove a point. Did you guys see his farewell video? By the way, I thought that was quite good.
Yeah, that's
I
class.
didn't see a farewell video. I saw the videos for United.
Nah, man, you need to watch that video, man.
Watch it, bro.
It showed a lot about his character, and from what I've seen, I think in terms of a personality fit, just from that small video, I think he'll want to fight for the club. He'll push us forward, and hopefully he'll come good in the years to come. But yeah, definitely give it a watch if you haven't already.
I love to hear that. Since Farhan's brought up Baleba, let's talk about it now. We are basically on the verge of officially signing him. I think it was 65 million plus 5 million add-ons, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, a year ago, Brighton were asking for Caicedo money, which I think worked out to like 115 million pounds in the end. So we've managed to get a better deal than that. I know he's had a poor season last season. I didn't watch much of Brighton. I saw Cass keeps saying on the Mondays live that Milner benched Baleba, but then I saw a stat saying I think Baleba actually started 26 games out of 31 that he played last season. So it's actually a myth that Milner benched Baleba. I don't know how well or how bad he played for Brighton, but I know he got hooked off quite a few times. So can't really deny that he probably didn't play his greatest last season. But still, for the potential we saw that season before, there's clearly a player in there. We've done our homework on him. The United board have done their homework on him for quite a while. And also, I feel like Ineos are trying to sign players that also have a good personality for the dressing room rather than just ability on the pitch, which has held us back in previous years, such as like the likes of Sancho, for example, who might have had all the talent in the world, but clearly didn't have the personality for playing at a big club or the desire to compete at a big club. Baleba, we spoke about it a bit last week. Is this the guy that now comes into the team, goes straight into a starting lineup whenever he's fit, holds into that 6-role kind of box-to-box 6, pivot 6, plays with someone else, maybe Tielemans or Mainu? And is this the guy that you think, because even, I know Casemiro we signed at the age of 30 or whatever, is this the one that we finally needed someone in this role for a long time, since maybe the likes of Michael Carrick, that can actually have the legs to compete, make us and help us compete at the highest level?
Yeah, I think so. I think even last season, he was poor last season, and I think I saw a stat where he was still second only to Rice in second balls won. So he's got that drive, he's got that hunger, he's got that athleticism. I think, like you said, if he's fit, he will be in the team. Obviously, dependent on form and how he settles in. But yeah, we've lacked this profile for a very long time, man. And I think even with him in the team, we still heavily lack athleticism across the team. But it's a good start.
Yeah, I would agree as well. I think the one thing that he brings is tenacity. I think that's a big factor in why our midfield feels slow, sluggish, and why, like we don't do well against the better teams where, these guys now they have crazy depth in midfield. I feel like it will definitely add to the fact of, making us compete against the better teams. And even against smaller teams, to be honest with you, we need someone that can just run around. We saw the midfield three of what we already have. So I think, yeah, again, if he's fit, he has to start.
Yeah, I agree with you. And hopefully this is a guy that finally sort of, yeah, like I said previously, brings the legs to the midfield and helps get the ball back off opponents, our rival teams' opponents playing against us, and gets the ball back off them as quickly as possible so we can play it forward to our attacking midfielders and platform them in a better position. Whereas previously, the players that we've had in that position have been a bit laboured on the ball or a bit too rash, like Casemiro, for example. Casemiro had a bit of the Bruno gene where he tries to get forward as quickly as possible, whether he smashes at you or not. So hopefully Baleba's got a bit more composure to find someone next to him. And with the likes of Tielemans and Mainu next to him, I think that should help a lot as well, because they're two highly technical footballers with a bit more of a thought process to them rather than let's get it forward as quickly as possible. So yeah, hopefully Baleba will have a major impact on this United team. We've got him for a bargain fee, I'd like to think, depending on how the future goes. So hopefully that turns out well for us. I was gonna say, should we get into the Champions League talk? Let's quickly show the people at home the fixtures for those of you that may have missed it or not. Let me just get that up for you guys. Also, obviously, you can see the rest of the Premier League teams with their Champions League draws as well. So we'll talk about United first. We've got Bayern Munich at home, Atletico Madrid away, AS Roma at home, Sporting Lisbon away, Leipzig at home, Villarreal away, Sabah at home, and Como away. Just from a personal level, regardless of what I think the results are going to be, I'm so excited to be at Old Trafford, back in the Champions League. Last game I think I saw in the Champions League, I think it was 2023 under Ten Hag, right?
Yeah.
It's it would have been
2023 under Ten Hag. I think the last game I might have gone to was against Bayern Munich. I think we lost maybe 3-2 at home. Kane scored a penalty. Kane also looked at me in the eyes from the pitch. I saw him. We both locked eyes at one point. That was a really emotional moment. I know he remembers me still from school. So yeah,
Man,
for those of you that don't know, for those of you that don't know, you must know by now. I went to school with Harry Kane. There's pictures somewhere on my Twitter, hugging Harry Kane. The caption says, "Oh, my 2 future professional footballers." Yeah, one man turned out professional footballer, one man turned out amateur podcaster and frozen fish wholesaler. But yeah, that was 14th May 2009. Shout out Jamsy in the chat. He said, yo, I'm saying 5 wins out of the 8. Wow. I'm super gassed to hear that. Jamsy, thank you for joining us. Let's talk about it, boys. Should we do a little predictions? Bayern Munich at home.
Do you know what?
Tough, that one, isn't it?
It's going to be tough, but I'm feeling good about that one. I'm going to go 3-2 United. Let's go 3-2 United.
Can we just quickly ask where the optimisms come from, Farhan?
I feel like I've been a bit negative, and by the time the Champions League actually comes around, hopefully from what I'm seeing in my head, we would have put a few games to bed, had a bit of a run of form, so everyone's up, Champions League is back at Old Trafford, started with a bang. That's what I'm thinking.
I absolutely love that. By the way, are these fixtures in order of how we're going to play them? Do you know?
No, I don't think so, no.
Okay. Cool. So Bayern Munich at home. Haroon?
You know, I'm going to go 5-4 to us. Just because our defense is so bad. What about Cunha's bagging a hattie?
Lads, I'll be real. Cunha's bagging a hattie. Wow.
Oh, sorry, Sesko. He always cooks by.
Yeah, I swear they kind of wanted him as well.
Yeah, apparently they've touted him as long-term Kane replacement.
Yeah,
but allow that in it. You ain't food chaining us, bro.
Yeah, what can you even remember the last player that went from United to Bayern? I don't remember there being a player. I know Schweinsteiger came to us, but he's kind of past his peak.
Yeah, United to Bayern, it's been a long time, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember anyone actually from the top of my head. Jamsy
Hargreaves? Did he go from United to Bayern?
No, he came from. I think Bayern actually released him on a free because of his injury problems. Then he came to us on a free. So I might be wrong on that, but yeah, it's not the other way around. Jamsy said Elise Shaw. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a problem. Jamsy said 3-2 Bayern. Can't see us winning. Look, Jamsy, I'm going to agree with you on that one. I'm going to say 3-2 Bayern on that one as well. All right, let's go to the next one. Atletico Madrid away. And you know what? I know when you think that, you think instantly Diego Simeone, haram ball. But I feel like they're not really that side anymore, innit? Obviously, they're holding Alvarez prison as well. Have you seen
you know what it is
recently? Looking sad as AF. Yeah.
I was just gonna say we beat them in pre-season, but Champions League away at Atletico Madrid, I have no confidence. I should have less confidence in that than home at Bayern. So I'm gonna go 2-1 Atleti.
But do you remember we had was it Van Gaal and Elanga scored and we won the game? Was it Van Gaal or no?
Bro, Elanga was about
no, Van Gaal, sorry.
It was Oli, I think.
Was it Rangnick in charge of that at the time?
Yeah, Rangnick loved Elanga, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's when he scored and we won 1-0, no? Was it 1-0?
It was 1-1, I think. We drew.
Oh, it was 1-1. Oh, okay. But Elanga scored first, I think, right?
I think he scored
That's
the
basically the
equaliser, bro.
only goal Elanga ever scores whenever he scores. Even the other day for Newcastle, he scored the same goal basically.
A P roller from the right to the left side.
Yeah.
Pace in behind, and then the P roller into the far corner. Both keepers should have saved that to me. All Black at the time, and even who was it? Allison, yeah. Both of them were too close to their near post and ended up laying in. But yeah, personally, I'm gonna go for a United win against Atletico Madrid away. I don't know why, but yeah, man. And Mbumo, Cunha, Sesko, Bruno, Tielemans, Baleba. I'll back that team to beat Atletico Madrid. I bet you, man, couldn't even name like 5 players from Atletico Madrid right now. Obviously, I can because I got elite ball knowledge. But go on, Farhan. 5 Atletico Madrid players between you right now.
The only name I need to say is Diego Simeone, and I rest my case.
No ball knowledge. His name's Giuliano Simeone, bro. Giuliano Simeone. Arun, can you name 5?
Can name 10, bro. No problem.
Go on, bro.
All Black, Llorente, Barrios, Alvarez, Lookman. Who else have they got in midfield, bro? Simeone's son. Carrasco. Bear man, bro.
He's gone China a long time ago, bro.
Hanko at the back. Hanko at the back. Don't worry, bro. I know these, man.
You smashed it. But yeah, Ruggeri.
I feel like he left. I feel like he left. Or he was linked to someone.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. But yeah, man, Arun, you smashed it. Atletico Madrid, ball knowledge, all that. Jamsey said, 2-1 Madrid. If he plays Euro and Heaven 3-1 United. Wow. I love the belief in that. Yeah, man, it's about time we start sticking in the young guns because obviously Maguire, Shaw have let us down in that opening game. I think even Farhan did say he wanted Euro and Heaven to get given an opportunity. I think Haroon even mentioned that a couple of weeks back as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go for United win. Haroon, did you say your prediction, sorry?
No. I'm going to go with... I think we'll draw there. I think we'll draw because I don't think their attack is as good as it was. It depends on the Alvarez situation. If they're still in that little toxic stage where he's not going to play, who have they got, bro? Griezmann's gone. All they've got up top really is Lookman and Simeone, who I don't think are going to be too tough for us to handle. That could come back to bite me, but yeah, man, I don't think. But then defensively, I think they'll be difficult to break down. So I'm going to go for maybe a 1-1.
Fair enough. Rome at home, I'm kind of looking forward to that, because Dybala, Marlon. Have you seen the crowd that Marlon's been on in Italy, by the way, for Roma?
Marlon's been crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. He's a player I've always rated, but he's gone mad. Yeah, he's balling out.
Yeah, even when I saw him for Villa, whenever he played, I felt like he was always a threat. I know they got rid of him, and I think his goal scoring numbers weren't great for Villa. But since he's been at Roma, I think he's absolutely tore it up for them. Scored a hat-trick the other day. Dybala hat-trick of assists. I don't know if you guys saw that.
No, but it's Italy, bro. I'll be honest. Everyone, if you got decent amount of pace in Italy, you'll do decent, bro. That league is so slow. Like we saw him in the Prem.
He's not even relying on his pace though. He's got quite a decent amount of tech. Some of his goals the other day were class.
I need to watch them, bro. I feel like he's. I think he's always had talent and ability, but yeah, man. I think when people not flop, but when they're not great in the Prem, I kind of not too worried about them. So especially in Italy,
Dybala, one of those. Yeah, Dybala, one of those ballers that. The streets will never forget, sort of. No, I don't know. He's in a genre where
I think he's a bit in the middle. That's a bit disrespectful. Streets won't forget for Dybala. I'm not gonna lie.
I think he might be, bro. I think he might be that because people don't really chat about him, and he was at one point like he was gonna be the guy. We nearly signed him, but there was an image rights issue, all that kind of stuff. And I feel like he's just always been bouncing around.
Do you know what?
Serie A teams.
I put guys like. This might seem a bit disrespectful to him because he won a World Cup, but I put Griezmann, Dybala in like the same sort of category for me personally, innit?
Bro, Griezmann is way. For me, Griezmann is one of the all-time greats, bro. I feel like he's
really,
bro.
All-time greats,
bro.
All-time
Griezmann
greats.
For France in La Liga. Every time I saw that guy play, I think he's very underrated. I think he's class, bro. I love Griezmann.
Griezmann's great, but I think
all-time great. So obviously,
you're
not talking
as in
Maradona.
No, not that level. But I think he's the tier below, maybe. Oh, who can I give you as an example, bro?
What,
the Agueros.
Is he Neymar level?
No. Like the Aguero level, I think he's maybe a level below that.
But does that put you at all-time great status if you're below?
Well, he's one of the best. He's one of the best of our generation.
Aguero's not even better than Higuain. Let's not do this.
Don't start that
Crazy,
shit, bro. No, but bro, like even if you look at numbers, eye test, what he did for France, he was probably their best player when they won the World Cup.
Yeah.
Consistency,
Right, so
even at Barca.
If that's the case, then where would you put Pogba in regards to? Yeah, because it's the same thing. Like done well for France, was the best player eye test, but
Well, Griezmann was more
I love
consistent
Pogba
throughout his career, rather than
Yeah,
Pogba,
Griezmann was more consistent than Pogba. Yeah, I think Griezmann did very well at Atletico. I think he won a league with them. Went to Barca. I think.
bro.
I don't know.
I think
This is why
he didn't win
left,
the
and
league.
then they won the league.
Oh yeah, and then he went to Barca and they
This
didn't
is
win the
why
league.
he's not in my all-time greats because he left to Barca. They won the league. Then he came back and then they won the league. So, it was a bit of a shambles. I think that puts a dent in his career.
I don't know if that's on him, bro.
Yeah,
I think that's
he
on
held
Barca.
them up for that long, no, in the first place. He's the one that got Atletico to that level in the first place.
Bro, for me, he was top.
And then Suarez came in and finished it off.
Yeah, true.
That's what you call a real
Suarez
all-time
is one
great.
of the all-time greats, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah. So I guess you got to put him in a tier below Suarez on that level.
Bro, yeah. Suarez is the best striker of our generation, I'd say.
Agreed.
Anyway, Haroon, that was a good clip, man. All-time great. You're going to get rinsed, my bro. I hope you're replying on this to those comments.
I think he is an all-timer, bro.
Yeah, fairs. Yeah, it's weird. It's hard to decide what. I think all-time great is strong. It's too strong.
But you're like,
but
when
you're
I say
about
that,
technique-wise, I think like
no, but even just output everything. Like when I say that,
yeah,
it's obviously a very big scale of what counts as an all-time.
It's a massive scale, yeah.
Yeah, but I think of, let's say, this generation that we've watched, I think he's one of the better players of this generation.
That's fair. That's
fair. A better description. One of the better players of the generation. I'll give you that.
That's
like
fair,
a tier below the elite players of this generation. I think he's in that level.
Yeah. Wait, is he? He's elite, no? He's elite.
He's elite, but he's not like elite, Suarez or that type of elite.
Yeah, I hear it, man. But yeah, man. Obviously he's gone now from Atletico Madrid, so we won't have to face him. Alvarez is there. Soloff is there, stinking it up a bit.
Yeah, but they're throwing in that game. You know what? I changed my mind.
Oh, sorry, we're talking about Roma as well, by the way. But yeah, Dybala. We're talking about Dybala. Yeah, just for me, I don't know about streets we'll never forget, but someone that didn't fulfill the potential failed wonder kid. What are we thinking?
I think he is a streets we'll never forget, bro.
What about a failed wonder kid, no?
Kind of, but the thing is, I wouldn't say he failed necessarily. Like he still had a good career, but I just don't think he hit the heights.
Yeah, if I'm picking out the two, I would much rather go streets won't forget than failed wonder kid because he's done his thing for a bit. Technically he's sound. And he's still doing his thing now, so I wouldn't say failed wonder kid. Bit harsh.
Yeah, was he even in the Argentina squad, by the way, for the World Cup? Was he on the bench or not? Because I don't think they even brought him on, even if he was on the bench.
I don't think so,
I don't think he was in the squad,
which is strange because from the assists I saw the other day from Ireland, they still look like of high level. So quite surprised by that. But yeah, we going for an Old Trafford United win against Roma all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't really know much about Roma's squad other than them two, but I'd like to think we can beat them because I think they must have finished fourth last season in Serie A, and Serie A is absolutely washed, if we're being honest. Who was Serie A's best player last year? Oh, it's McTominay. That's the one. That's when I decided, look, I love McTominay. I love what he did for United. I love him coming through as a United Academy player. But to go Serie A and win Player of the Year, I think is absolutely mental.
Bro, Chris Smalling went Serie A and won Defender of the Year, and I think he won MVP as well of the league. So yeah, don't ever chat to me about Serie A.
McTominay went to Italy, changed his trim, and guys think he's Maradona now. I don't know what's going on there, but fair enough.
Bro, Maradona's son said McTominay is as impactful and iconic as Maradona.
Oh yeah, his son's probably sniffing coke as well, bro.
Yeah, his son's 100% sniffing, man.
So funny. Sporting Lisbon, I feel like, is it me or every time we play them we get a difficult game against them, man?
Yeah, I feel like they're just one of them teams, bro, that are just notoriously hard to play against. But I don't know, since Amram's left, I don't even know anything about them. Like, I know they've got that striker Luis Suarez who kind of replaced Gyökeres very easily, but yeah, I don't know, man.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
they're
say,
behind Man
did
City.
they even? I don't think they even won the Portuguese league last season, did they?
I think they did, didn't they?
I think
I-
it was Porto, no?
Let me have a look.
Or was it Benfica? Mourinho? Oh, no, sorry. It was Porto. Benfica went unbeaten and Porto won the league.
Oh yeah, Mourinho went on being.
Mourinho did Invincibles, but still never won the league, but Porto won it, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that sounds about right. But to be fair, yeah, same as you guys. I don't know much about sporting. Again,
Yeah.
To be honest, I would back us to win it, just based on the fixtures that we have. I think we might need to win it. To be honest with you.
Yeah. But you know, we can still. Is it top first? Obviously, this is our first time in this new format, so top 8
we played
automatically
it.
go through, and then 8th to
Yeah.
16th have to do the playoff legs.
8 to 24th. 8 to 24th.
8 to 24th have to do a playoff leg.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll play
Okay.
against each other to get through to the next round. So
Once or
hopefully
twice?
we don't.
One.
Yeah, I think it's
No,
once.
is it one? No, I think
it is
it's
one.
2 legs, bro. It must be 2 legs, unless it's neutral venue, bro.
Do you know what it is?
Bro,
This is how
how
you
are
know
we
we
not
ain't been
being
in
in
the
it,
Champions
bro?
League. This is how you know we ain't
No,
been in the
but didn't we
Champions
play
League.
that? We played this format in Europa 2 seasons ago. But obviously we didn't.
Yeah,
we weren't.
yeah.
We weren't
We
in
played
the
it in Europa. Yeah.
when we got to the
We
final.
finished. Yeah, we finished in that top 8.
Top
so,
8, yeah.
Yeah,
So
we're not
we
Did
never
we?
done the
experienced
playoff
Just
thing.
about, I think. He scraped it, like. Yeah, man. So Sporting Lisbon, I'll go for a draw just because I feel like I'm not sure about that. Leipzig at home, I feel like a win all across the board.
It should
Do
be.
you know what
really.
it is? I think we just have to win our home games again. The Bayern one, even though I did go for a win, it's going to be difficult. So if we can get wins on our home turf, away in Europe's always difficult. Back in the Champions League, I don't know if some of the players will be used to it. So I'm just going to go with a win as well.
Can you name one Leipzig player, boys?
Fuck
There's
knows,
Yusuf
bro.
Poulsen still there, bro. Yeah, I think Leipzig were one of them
Yusuf
teams who had
Poulsen.
Klosterman. He still plays for them, bro. But they were
I've
one of
got
them
one
teams
for
who
you.
always had these
Nusa,
gems.
the Norwegian.
Nusa, the
left
winger.
winger.
Yeah. He's good. But yeah, man, I feel like they don't have as many gems as they did in the past. I don't think they were amazing last season. So I'd back us to beat them.
Yeah, same. Villarreal away. Can you name a couple players from there? Nicolas Pepe. Yeah. Anyone else?
To be honest, Pepe done a number on us as well. Was it last season? No, that can't have been last season. But I think last game we played against them, Pepe done a number on us as well.
Did he? I don't remember that one, to be honest.
I'm just trying to track back.
I've got a vague memory, bro. I feel like he did score against us.
That's what I'm remembering as well. But hopefully, he doesn't turn up this time.
I feel like it might have been a preseason game or something, bro. Can't lie. I don't know.
They've got thingy. Who do we sell to them? Kambala?
Kambala. I think he's leaving, no?
Yeah.
I think he's leaving to Como, I think, actually.
Yeah. So we're going to buck him either way. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll play him either way. I think they've also got a right back, because I signed him on FIFA last year. Alex Freeman, absolute baller, man. Watch out for him. He's coming up next, man. American guy. He played in the World Cup as well, actually. Really good player. I'll take him at United, actually, for right back. But yeah, that's just my FIFA knowledge. So Villarreal away. I feel isn't Villarreal away one of those like notoriously tough Champions League games away from home?
Yeah, we've notoriously struggled against Spanish teams.
True.
Well, to be fair, I feel like Amorim did put belt to Arsenal on a few of them, but again though, I think usually there's a few players in the team that you know, and you're like, okay, this is a good player. Now it's like just Pepe, really. So, but I think we'll draw that game, bro. I don't think we'll win. I feel like any time we play away in Europe, I'm just not confident in us, bro.
Yeah, I was talking about the Rayo Vallecano team earlier, right? I just seen that they've signed one of the Rayo Vallecano right wingers. He's called Akomatch, or Ilyas Akomatch from Morocco. So you got to be careful of him. Another Rayo Vallecano baller. That Rayo Vallecano team's been stripped out, by the way. Yeah, definitely got 5-star North African skills. And they've also got Saliba from Canada. You guys might have seen him in the World Cup. He scored a couple goals. He looked like a decent player as well. So yeah, man, I'll be honest. The more I see that Villarreal squad, the more nervous I feel. But let's pray it's a win, man. Let's pray it's a win.
Don't you find it so mad that when you just look at a team that you know players from, you're just straight away worried that United are not going to do the job?
Trust, bro. Yeah, it's not a good feeling, especially after the back of the whole defeat. But once we get a few more wins under our belt, I'm sure we'd be more optimistic. Because Carrick's record at the moment is ridiculous as a manager so far, barring the whole defeat. It's been like really high win rate. But yeah, hopefully we can get back to that ASAP. Sabah, do you know much about them?
Never heard of them before today, mate.
I think they're Lithuanian. I read up on it today. They're Lithuanian. Their coach actually coached United Academy, or did like his coaching courses at United Academy from 2005 to 2010, and was also on the UK Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Did you know that?
You know what? I heard something about that, but I didn't know what it was about. I feel like I heard something about that literally today.
Yeah, madness.
They're from
innit?
Azerbaijan, bro.
The Azerbaijan,
Lithuanian.
Yeah, the manager's Lithuanian. Okay. So yeah, man. Obviously don't know much about them. I think they're playing at Arsenal as well, right?
Scroll to the left, bro. You'll see.
Yeah, they've got Arsenal as well.
Yeah, I mean, first time in the Champions League. They're a team from Azerbaijan, bro. We should be comfy.
If we don't run right against these, forget about it.
Forget
about no top 24. That's what I need. I need to see some goals that game, man.
That's the only game where we can rotate, bro. I don't think we can rotate much in any of these other games.
Can you even rotate against them?
I was gonna say,
them lightly, like you end up getting disappointed, bro.
Depending on when we play that fixture, I guarantee you we ain't rotating shit, man.
We're cooked, bro. We can't rotate in any of these games, bro.
I got a prediction for you, man. This is the one game Haroon will go to this season. We end up losing.
Nah, I ain't going there. I ain't going.
What do you think? I should sell my ticket for that, by the way. Do you think I should go?
Well, it depends on what you got to do that day, innit?
Yeah, but bro, it's Sabah, 4-hour drive, 4 hour back.
Stay yard, bro. Slap on TNT Sports, bro.
Trust me, bro. I think I'm gonna have to give that one a miss. Shall I just quickly see if we recognize any of their players?
Doubt it, bro.
Sabah squad. They've got McCarthy in there, which surprises me a lot. He's from New Zealand. Yeah, bro. I don't. They've got Rodrigo Fernandez. He's Portuguese. Sounds good to me. I would sign him on FIFA. I'll be real. I would actually sign him on FIFA.
Bro, I was bare thinking, who's that? Like, I thought it was someone we know, bro. You just heard
it was
a Portuguese name.
The highest rated player on transfer market is worth 2.5 million euros. Tumatus Prukas. He's Polish, 27 years old. Probably a better left, sure.
Guarantee he bags against us as well. Just knowing our luck.
Oh, facts. I can definitely see that. So yeah, anyway, let's go for United winning that one. Pray and hope, because can't take any more banter at the moment. And then Como away. Lads, any chance we can hit Italy and go Como and see that game away? Do you reckon it'll be packed? Sold out?
Yeah, what? I feel like because it's Como as well. I feel like everyone will have the same idea. But I'll be real, if we can get tickets, I'm there.
I think depends on when the fixture's played as well. Let's just say it's played in like September, October. That would be a sick fixture to go to. If it's played a bit later, then might be a bit cold in Italy. But I think regardless, it'll be packed out.
Yeah, I just went Como last year as well for Jeeves' wedding, who's also been in the United After Hours podcast. So shout out Jeeves, probably one of the best weddings I've ever been to in my life. Holidays even, let alone wedding. But really nice place. Como, obviously coming up in the football world. Fabregas, their manager, they're about to sign Kumbala. I'm just going through their squad now. They've got quite a lot of Spain and Italy under 21s, quite a young core. They just signed a couple fullbacks from Brazil. You guys might have heard Couto and Bruno, I think. Keiki, Bruno, who are meant to be decent. They've got Chalobah, actually. Trevor Chalobah from Chelsea.
Then we're beating them, bro.
I think we're beating him, yeah?
That guy stinks, bro.
Yeah. They got Kakare from Lyon. I feel like we was linked with him for quite a while.
Yeah, I feel like he was touted a lot as the next big centre mid. I think, if I recall correctly, there was a lot of tacticals on Twitter trying to say United should grab him.
Yeah, and then in the forward positions, obviously they got Nico Paz, who's highly touted for by the football world. Obviously, Shershaw was mentioning him all summer, acting like he was going to go Spurs, but he's gone back to Como. And I think Madrid have still got a buyback clause, but it's higher now than it was before.
Didn't Madrid buy him back and then sell him back?
They bought him back and then sold him and still put another buyback clause on him. It's just mad. It's mad, yeah. And first option on him matching rights on him as well.
Yeah, that's
So yeah,
vibe.
clearly he's highly talented, but I guess he wanted first team football. And he was even in the World Cup squad, right? He's for Argentina. I think he came on one game maybe.
Yeah.
And also finally they got Morata. I don't know how he's doing out there for them, but Syria is feasting for old strikers.
Yeah. But you named enough players that we know, so we're definitely not beating them.
Yeah, man. And Fabregas, you can imagine him putting on like a tactical masterclass with the hype that he comes along with. So yeah, what Farhan, you think we're winning that one, or we losing it, or drawing, or what?
The headline I'm seeing is Fabregas scores Michael Carrick. I'll be honest with you, that is the headline that I see for that game.
Wow. Never did
But
it as
again,
a player, by the way.
You know, I think as a manager, Fabregas has already shown what he's made of. Carrick, he's still showing his class. Again, I said it last week as well. Give him a couple games. I'm just hoping by that time we've found our form, and also by that time that we've got players that we know this is our starting 11. Because I think as of right now, if I was to ask you guys who's your starting 11, who's Michael Carrick starting 11, we don't know.
Yep.
So I think hopefully by that time we'd have ran through a good couple players. Depends where we are as well in the group. I think if it's crunch time, then we win that game. I think if we don't really need to, something happens with our players where they just shut off and Fabregas will do the job. So I'm a bit 50-50 on it, sitting on the fence. But yeah, let's go with United win. Why not?
Come on, let's do it. And hopefully us three will all be there. Anyway, you mentioned the starting lineup. Let's talk about it. This Sunday, 4:30 p.m. kickoff is Manchester United versus Ipswich at Old Trafford. I will be there. There will be a vlog. I will be going live, hopefully, before the game as well, giving my thoughts on the game and hopefully getting you guys' thoughts at home. Boys, Ipswich absolutely battered Sunderland. I didn't watch the 90 minutes, but I saw a match of the day. I'm guessing you guys probably skipped that one. They looked class. I was shouting out about Enciso all World Cup for Paraguay because I watched so many World Cup games, more World Cup games than I should have. My sleep was an absolute mess. But every time I watched Paraguay, I thought Enciso was an absolute monster on the pitch. His pressing, his desire, and his technique on the ball was second to none. There was no surprise. I think Paraguay beat Germany on penalties. I can't remember who they eventually got knocked out to. Maybe it was Spain or something, but they thoroughly deserved to get to the quarterfinals. I think they got to. And it shocks me because, you know, Enciso, did we first see him at Brighton a couple of seasons ago? Then Chelsea bought him. Then they loaned him out to Strasbourg. Then he came back to Chelsea. Then Ipswich have bought him for like 30 mil, I think. And to see him there surprises me a bit. But like I said earlier in the video, Ipswich, Hull have made a lot of signings and a lot of good signings on paper. They spent a lot of money, hence why we lost, by the way, last week. But yeah, man, I'm nervous again. I'll be real. What are you man saying?
After that first performance, I'm nervous, but there's no better time to bounce back. You're playing another team who just got promoted. I think the players have to be up for it now, bro. You can't drop points in the first 2 games of the season against 2 newly promoted teams. So if they can't bounce back from that game and get up for this game, then I'm gonna write off the season. But I think we should beat them, bro.
Me personally, I'm quietly confident. Again, ask me why, I don't know. But I just think that again, we can't be losing or even not winning one of our first 2 games. Come on, like they've again just come up as well. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, I see more than 1 goal. Try and keep a clean sheet. And yeah, let's see what the players are made of. Because first game, I'll give it to you. Throw it away. Have an excuse. Second game, you don't want me to call out some of these players, man.
Yeah, man. Just looking at their squad, they've got just this. I think it was Leif Davies. Didn't he have a good season in the Premier League last time they were playing? I feel like he was mentioned as a decent left back. I know. Yeah, he got relegated, but I feel like I heard them mention him quite a lot. Sorry, they signed Issa Diop from West Ham. Was it West Ham?
Yeah. Well, he played for West Ham.
Was it Fulham?
If they signed him from West Ham.
Maybe they signed him from Fulham, maybe. I think he was at Fulham. Maybe got loaned to West Ham, then they signed him from there. And he had a decent World Cup as well, by the way. They've got Lukic from Fulham. I'll be honest, I ain't really seen much of him. I heard he's okay. Got Premier League experience at least. They got Maeda from Celtic. Apparently, he's meant to be decent. I saw Ange in the World Cup. World Cup was rated him really highly, saying he's one of the best pressing forwards in the world. he's Japanese, so you expect him to be of some decent technical level. I don't know if that's racist or not, but it's in a positive way. Enciso, who I've mentioned already in the 10. Bro, honestly, if you man have time, watch Enciso's highlight. There's a segment just on Enciso on Match of the Day, by the way. That's how good he was. Rooney was chatting about him, about just Enciso. I thought it was absolutely class. He's one of my players to do, like, maybe get a big money move this summer or even January, I think, because I think he's going to light up the Prem for Ipswich. They got Fatawu from Leicester, who was highly rated maybe a season or two ago, still meant to be quite decent. And then Emerson, they signed up front, I think 30 million from a French team. I don't know much about him, to be honest. But yeah, that's their starting lineup. Maybe a couple. When I see tricky wingers and tricky forwards, I get scared, man. Maeda, Fatawu, and Ciso scares me a bit, if I'm being real, especially against our current defense. Farhan, you mentioned the starting lineup for United. Should we go through it, what we think Carrick will play? So Lamen's obviously in goal. Do we think he's going to bring Dalot back into right back? Because Mazraoui, I would say it was a 5 out of 10 performance from Mazraoui.
Do you know what? I really like Mazraoui as well. Like, some games he will give you the game of his life, but just sometimes you look at it and I'm thinking, bro, go Musk, man. Like, what's going on here? Like, so do you know what? I would actually bring Dalot back into starting 11. Not that I'm the biggest fan of Dalot either, but do you know what it is? We're playing with rocks and scissors. What are you picking, man?
What is it about Mazraoui? Because I think he'd be like an elite 5-a-side footballer, and he's clearly got the technique, but maybe he doesn't have the ability and endurance to go up and down as much as Dalot.
I think he does, though, man. In the World Cup, he was one of, if not
World
the best
Cup, he was
left
going
back.
crazy.
Yeah, like he was up, down. He had tenacity. He's technically so good. I don't know, man. Again, it's like every player performs when they're not with United, and then when they come to United, it's just a shambles, bro. But
even last season, when he fasted, and he was still like one of our best players at the time.
When he was fasting, he was balling. Yeah. But I feel like that happens a lot, bro. When players are fasting, they just start balling out, bro.
That's true. It's like you kind of overcompensate for the fact that you're fasting. You don't want people to not rate you, so you do even better. Yeah, man. So what are we saying? Dalot, Haroon as well. Dalot back into right back.
I think he'll play. Bro. I think he'll play Dalot.
Shit, bro. All right. We're saying Dalot back at right back on Sunday. I can't be going to my first game at Old Trafford and seeing Dalot back in the right back, bro. I'd rather see Mazraoui, man. I salam him as well, bro. Anyway, man. All right, we're saying Dalot back at right back. Centre back. We're sticking with Heaven, or are we bringing Leacher back in? Actually,
I would play Euro Leacher, in my opinion.
So we're changing the two completely.
I would change both of them, bro. I thought they were both horrible. I feel like
Heaven improved as the game went on, by the way.
I thought he was poor, bro. I can't lie. And that goal, first goal, both goals arguably were on him.
I thought they were on Shaw.
I feel like he got bullied for the first header that Lamon saved, and then it came back. And then I feel like he was just so poor, like he lost his man for the second goal as well.
I thought after that he won quite a few headers against McBurney. That's what I thought, but yeah.
I don't know, man.
I was just going to say, I rate Heaven, but I think you need someone quite assured next to him for you to get the real potential out of him. It's like when you've got, for example, Matip with Van Dijk. Matip by himself, he's not going to be the greatest, but when Van Dijk's next to him, of course, everyone levels up. I feel like Heaven is also one of them players where if you put someone solid next to him, which I'm also going to ask you guys, what's going on with Delete? Like, is he coming back anytime soon? Any news? I haven't heard anything, which is a shame.
Training.
So, bro, he's going to be in training
for
the
rest of his life. I think, yeah.
He's on grass. I think he's training with the team now.
Oh, he's training with the team?
I think they were posting pictures of him the other day. I think he's back training with the team. I think Carrick might have mentioned it as well.
I feel like we'll never see him at the top level again, you know?
Well, let's see, mate. He doesn't even need to be top level to get into our lineup at the minute, bro. It's not hard to be better than Maguire, bro.
True.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I was just going to say, Heaven, you put him in there because who else are you going to play? Is Leacher ready to be put back into the team? And then I don't want to say Maguire, but who else actually is there? Euro, I don't know if Carrick will put him in. I just don't think he will.
I've got a feeling Carrick will give Maguire and Heaven another chance. I think he will start them both again, give them another game to prove themselves to why they should be in the starting lineup. And changing both of them, Haroon, I feel like he might not... Because you're saying Dalot Yoro and Licha. That's 3 changes in the back 4. I'm not sure he's going to do that straight away.
I don't think
after
he'll do
one game.
that, but I would do that. I think
Mm.
Leach's. I don't know why a lot of our fans seem to suddenly hate him. Like I think he has a mistake in him, but bro, when he plays, we play so much better. Like just in terms of just pure football, he generates so much football for us from the back. And I was just like,
he's our best defender right now, right?
Yeah, for me he is.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
a lot of our fans don't like him, maybe because he's undersized and whatnot, but a lot of the time it's not an issue. I think, for example, like people always say Haaland's going to cook him. I think out of 7 games they played against each other, Haaland scored in 1 of them against him, for example.
Yeah.
Like what he lacks in height, he makes up for in tenacity, which is also his downfall at times because he's too rash. But I think if he's fit, he has to play, bro. He's so important for us in build up. He's by far and away our best centre back with the ball at his feet. Maybe the best centre back in the league with the ball at his feet. So I'd throw him straight back in.
I think United fans have turned off him a bit because it's the Argentina thing. They feel like he's always fit for Argentina, and then when it comes to United, he suddenly picks up an injury and isn't available. I think that's why the turning point has come from. And I even mentioned to you, I think both of you, a couple of weeks ago, I was a bit worried about his durability now and his lack of availability throughout the season, and whether he's capable of handling a Premier League season, at least 30 games in a Premier League season. So Farhan, so did you want to add anything there? Or?
No, I was just gonna say, not to be on a downer. I don't think he will ever handle 30 games in the Premier League. I think.
Wow.
I just honestly don't. How old is he anyway? I don't know how old he is. I think
I would say 28.
I was gonna say something
I think we
like
signed
that.
him when he's 24, 25, so he must be 28 now, 27, 28.
So
He is.
I think I was gonna say 27, but yeah,
He's
around
28.
that age.
Yeah, he's 28.
Fair enough. He's 28. Again, injuries only pile up as you get older. So like they slow down. You're gonna have to manage him somewhat, and I think if we manage him and let him play a couple of games, but then again, we've signed him not to do that. It's like your name's not Usman Dembele for us to play you in a couple of games. You're gonna win us, a couple of games. Your centre back pairing has to be starting most games. You see Gabriel Saliba, you see all the great centre back pairings of the last few years. That's just not how it works. So yeah, I would play him, but again, the faith isn't really there for him to be played week in, week out.
Yeah, so let's say Carrick does Dallo, and can we all agree on maybe starts Maguire and Heaven again? And Shaw's obviously playing because there's no other replacement. Or Dorgu isn't going to start ahead of Shaw right now, is he?
I think that back 4 with Dallo in is what my Carrick picks.
Yeah, he'll keep it the same.
And then midfield 2, this is where maybe it gets a bit more interesting. Obviously, we're assuming Baleba is still injured. Will he change Tielemans and Santos? Will Mainu get in ahead of Tielemans? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he should throw Mainu in ahead of Tielemans. Tielemans didn't look like, we know he's slow, but that was a ridiculous level of slow. On the ball, he was poor. Like that was not him. I think he's not fully fit, definitely from the World Cup. Mainu didn't play much, but when he came on, like he instantly looked like he was up to scratch, up to speed. So I'd put him straight in.
I wouldn't say up to speed per se, but I think he was more willing to get on the ball and get closer to the ball than Tielemans was or was capable of at the time, to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're saying Mainu, yeah, Farhan?
Yeah, I would agree. I think, again, it's early in the season. Test out what parents work, what parents don't. And again, it's looking scary for these guys because I'm telling you, once Baleba's in, he's not coming out. So let these guys play, whoever's playing. So, again, Mainu in.
Yeah, and Santos obviously has to play because there's literally no replacement. So unless you're bringing in Toby Collier or something. But yeah, a forward line, this is where maybe it gets a bit more interesting again because let's assume, actually, I don't, obviously Bruno starting, right? I might not even want him, as much as I love him and he's won PFA Player of the Year, I might not even necessarily want him to start right now because of his lack of match fitness, but looks like he's going to start. He's our captain, Carrick, put him immediately. As soon as he came back from the World Cup, he started in the preseason game. He started last week. I'm going to assume he's going to start this week as well, right?
Yeah.
So Bruno started. Yeah, he's undroppable, basically. Even though I wouldn't mind sometimes if he got dropped, actually. So
he shouldn't be undroppable, but he is.
Yeah, he shouldn't be. I agree. It's a weird one because his personality is so big. you can imagine he's like he's friendly with the manager as well, the coaching staff, and obviously he does a lot behind the scenes. He does a lot of charity work. He helps out a lot of the youth players in the team. It almost makes it like his personality keeps him undroppable sometimes rather than his performances. And obviously the fact that he's captain kind of gives him more power. Right?
I think you make a good point there with leaders on the pitch being one of the reasons why he probably does start as many games as he does. Obviously, he's our captain, best player, but I think we lack leaders on the pitch. And I think certain signings that we've made have tried to caveat that issue. But again, still not enough. So I think regardless of whatever form he's in, if we want to drop him because we think, we need a bit of build up in three of midfield, which we can do now when everyone's fit. But I think, he starts for that reason as well.
Yeah, and preferably you play him into form, because an in-form Bruno is great and an out-of-form one can harm your team a bit. But all right, right-hand side, are we saying Mbeumo, or I guess Ahmad? Is Ahmad back or is he still injured?
Ahmad's going to be injured for the next 6 weeks.
No, but I don't know if that's true, bro.
Yeah, we saw a report.
Like, it feels like no one knows. Yeah, the guy who said he's out for 6 weeks is like an ITK.
Okay,
and then,
one of them ones.
And yeah, but then an actual reporter said he could be back in a week or two. Again, I don't think he's been seen in training or anything, so I guess we'll find out who's.
I was just going to say, regardless of the report, I doubt he'll be fit to start for this game.
Yeah, he won't start. Yeah, I'll start Lacey.
You think Lacey will start?
I would start Lacey.
Oh,
I wouldn't
right.
start Mbeumo on the right. But let's see what Carrick does. He'll probably start Mbeumo there, bro.
But do we think we think Carrick will start Mbeumo, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So that means on the left-hand side, is it Dorgu? Is it Cunha? Is it Rashford? Rashford in the first game back at Old Trafford, would he start him?
He might. I think he
could get a bit toxic.
Do you know why? Do you know why it's sticky? Because I think it depends heavily on Sesko and where he's at fitness-wise. Like he played a decent amount last game, but if Carrick thinks he's fit enough to start, then I think Cunha will start on the left. If not, then unfortunately Dorgu will start on the left.
Oh, so you think Rashford won't start on the left?
I don't think he will. I would start Rashford ahead of Dorgu 100%. But I've just got a feeling, Carrick, I feel like he's one of them man where when someone has a bad game, he's not like, I'm going to drop you. He's going to say, let me give you another chance to play your way back into form.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Yeah, what are you saying, Farhan? Who do you think will start on the left?
No, to be honest, I was going to say exactly the same thing that Harun did. Yeah. I think it completely depends who's our number 9 for the day. I think, personally, he'll start Cunha on the left and hopefully Sesko starts up top because I can't lie, I don't want to see Dorgu after last week. Let him come on, let him do something, a bit of magic. Off the bench, he's actually quite decent. Like, I feel like he provides some energy going into final third of the game, but not to start, man. And again, with Rashford as well. If he does start, I actually don't have a problem with it. But my preference and what I think Carrick will do as well, Cunha off the left and then Sesko up front, hopefully.
Yeah, as someone that's going to Old Trafford, I'm not sure how I feel about Rashford starting. I wouldn't sing his name, but if he scored, I'll probably be cheering, bro. I'll be honest. Fun fact, do you remember the manager, he who shall not be named by me on this podcast, his first game, Rashford scored in 2 minutes, and then we thought it was all changing in our favour, and then we ended up drawing the game against Ipswich.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So I think he's going to go for... I feel like he's going to go for Dorgu again on the left, and I think he's going to play Cunha up front again because I think he's going to play the majority of the same side just to try and give them another a game to get over the last one and a chance to prove themselves and prove that Hull was a fluke and that they deserve to be playing again or stay in the starting lineup. That's what I think. And I think Sesko, like you both said, I don't think he's fit enough yet to start a game, which is a shame, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, boys, let's come to it. So our match predictions. Let's go for the scoreline. Farhan, I'm going to come to you first. Manchester United versus Ipswich this Sunday, 4:30 p.m. at Old Trafford. What do you think the score is going to be?
I'm going to go United. United 3, Ipswich 0. Clean sheet, couple goals in the game. Scorers, I'm going to go with Mbeumo 1, Bruno 1, and you know what? Let's go Let's go a bit rogue. Let's give Dallo a go just for you at Old Trafford.
Oh, bro. I don't even want to go anymore, my bro. Oh, my God. Haroon, what do you think the score is going to be?
I'm going to go 3-1. I think it's going to be a tough game. I feel like we're going to be 2-1 up going late into the game. Ipswich are going to be throwing stuff at it. And then we get a counter, we score, and we ice off the game. I think I'm going to say Mbumo will score 1. I'm going to go Maguire from a corner. I'm going to go
said
Xerxes.
Dallo to score and then Maguire to score.
No, it's getting better, bro. Xerxes scores, gets subbed off instantly, and flies to Fiorentina.
Wow. So you got 3-1. I'm going to say, look, usually for teams like Ipswich, especially when I'm going to Old Trafford, I would say a little 5-6-0, but I can't even say that with any conviction at this point. I'm going to say United 2-1. I think it's going to be a struggle. I think Enciso is going to score first. He might even get man of the match, but we're going to win purely based on the fact that the Old Trafford faithful is going to roar United players to victory. I'm going to say Mbumo to score, just like you both said. And I'm going to say to get the winner, Marcus Rashford comes off the bench and gets the winner. And Adnan goes absolutely nuts in the crowd. Yeah, man. Or Lacey comes off the bench and scores the winner. That would be even greater.
Well,
Right,
anyone
man,
comes off the bench and scores a winner, I'm happy, bro. Just win the game.
Yeah, for real, man. So there you have it, guys, at home. Thank you for joining in with us. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you get in the comments if you're watching this after the live. Remember, we're here every Monday at 10 p.m., every Thursday at 10 p.m. I'm going to Old Trafford this Sunday. Please pray for me. It's going to be a tough one. Mazraoui, do your thing, my bro. I need you. Yeah, let's see what happens. We need United to come back. We're back in the Champions League as well. We've got Baleba in as well, so there's a bit more optimism. Hopefully, there's a couple more signings. Haroon, final thoughts of the day. What are you saying? When you playing football next?
Tomorrow, bro.
Inshallah.
Play every
Farhan,
Friday.
when you play next?
I ain't got a session lined up, so whenever I get a shout, man's there.
There would have been a session this Sunday, but obviously because I'm going to Old Trafford, there isn't. So hopefully next Sunday we'll get you in, Farhan. But yeah, this is the United After Hours podcast. We're here every week. Signing us out. We're going to win the league. I didn't even say that with any belief. I didn't. You know what? Ignore that one. We're going to win the